Yeah, this is Knux from NKE Media. Clash of the Day special. Just come back from the Battle of the Brave event by the name of Birth of the Brave. This is the recap for it. There was some good points, there were some bad points. First thing, I want to shout out Battle of the Brave. They invited us to come down, capture some footage, get some interviews. So big shout out. Interviews coming out soon from Clips, Math, JC, Hitman, a lot more. Get me? So make sure you locked in, make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss that. Let's get into the battles. First battle on the night was Clips versus Gemini. I didn't know, but this was a 1-round battle. In fact, as it ended up, all the battles were 1-round battles. So let's just say the crowd weren't too happy. It didn't look like the artists were too happy as well because they didn't get to let off all of their stuff, but there was some behind the scenes stuff that they actually explained in the interview as well, so make sure you check those out. But all of the battles are 1-round battles. Does it take away the competitiveness of it? It takes away, I don't know, it takes away a bit, but do you know what? It's one of them ones where we just got to judge of what we saw in it. So this is just based on what I saw live at the event. So Clips versus Gemini, good battle, man. This is a good battle to start it off. I think both artists came with it. They came with punches. They had all that. Clips went first. I know what everyone means now when they say that Clips is good live. He had one bar about Air Max 95s. He said that he was born in 83. The only time I used to Air Max before 95. Sick bar. Crowd loved it. Would it be the same reaction on camera? I think it will, personally, because I thought that bar was fire. But I can see where people might be like, okay, some bars hit harder in the event than on camera. I can see where that comes from, but personally I thought it was fire. So Clips went first. Huge crowd reactions, bar after bar. I was listening. It was bar heavy. He wasn't slipping, there was no psych, I lied. He literally just came through and entertained the crowd for his round. So that left Gemini to come and either match the expectation or go higher. And I feel Gemini matched him and he came in there. It was really neck and neck, very debatable battle, I'll say that. Very debatable battle. On the night, from what I could assess in the room, the feeling that I had, I would say Clips won. But I've got to wait for the footage to come out because, you know, sometimes you don't hear all the bars and stuff like that. And most of the time it's just reaction and stuff like that. So sometimes you got to sit down and watch the actual video footage, but I'm just saying from the atmosphere in the room, it just felt like Clips one to me anyway. Next battle, can't remember the order of these, so I'm literally just doing them in whatever order I can remember them in. JC versus Arsonal. This battle here, good to see JC in England. I appreciate JC. He's got bars and like obviously he's part of Writer's Block and they focus specifically on bars. So it was good to see JC. Good to see him go up against Arsonal as well. That's a very tough match for him because Arsenal's rowdy, man. Arsenal doesn't give a fuck. He's very disrespectful in your face as well, man. So that's a persona that you got to battle there is just different. But I would give this battle to Arsenal, man. It was another 1-rounder battle. Oh no, sorry, this was a 2-round battle. JC went first. I don't know if JC, it's like the crowd. This is another thing we mentioned in the interview. The crowd wasn't really particularly like, they were bar heavy to an extent. They liked bars, but they weren't like I think JC brought he was too in depth with the bars. Like maybe he needed to just have a couple light bars mixed in with a couple in depth bars, and you know what I mean. I think maybe that would have been better. But first round by JC, I thought it was cash. He later admitted on camera that he thought it was gonna go a lot better. First round was good. Arsenal's first round was sick. I don't know. I've never seen Arsenal live. I've only seen him on the internet or whatever. And like recently, it looked like he was going through a bit of a thing where maybe he didn't care. Like with the shotty battle, like people thought that he didn't care because he was on the little, you know what I mean, Segway, whatever, doing his thing or whatever. So maybe they didn't think they cared about it. At the same time, like in this battle, everything was hitting. For me, like I heard everything. I thought everything was hitting. To me, it was like one of the best Arsenals I've seen in recent time, maybe last 2 years, innit? First round, JC, Arsenal, I would say I might edge it to Arsenal, but it's very debatable. Obviously, I need to watch that on camera again. Let's just call that one of the debatable. In the second round now, JC had a slip up. He choked and he couldn't bring it back. Can't remember what he said on interview, but I'm guessing that it was to do with the fact that, I don't know, maybe he just wasn't comfortable or something like that. Yeah, he choked and that just left it open for Arsenal. Arsenal came in, just got the victory, man. Like he took that round. Overall, he took the battle. Like I said, best Arsenal I've seen for a minute. If he can just come like that from now on, he'll be killing the game. He's back to his status of legend, and you know what I mean. I even asked him about him versus Hollow, that it might happen or that it will happen. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Forget I said that. Next battle, Math versus Tony D. Good battle. Both came repped. It was another 1-rounder. Math was consistent, man. Like, he had bars. Man started smoking on stage. I swear he smoked about 2 cigarettes on stage. That was it. Yeah, but he had some bars in there. He even did the little freestyle. He did his thing, man. He did his thing. So, that was an interesting round. I'll say it was a good round from Math, actually. I can't even hate. I'm not even saying it's a bad round. Very good round from Math. Tony D has got, I reckon, the ability to kind of beat anyone lyrically, because he's just got his own style, man. He's got his own presence, and I think people fuck with Tony D, man. People fuck with Tony D's style. Now, Tony D's round was fire. Like, everything, he was talking about the disaster punching, Math. He was talking about everything, really. He was talking about everything. It's 4 o'clock in the morning now, I can't remember everything, but he was talking about, if you watch it, you'll understand what I mean. Good round, good battle, good round, really. Who won? I think on the night Tony D won, because I think Math's freestyle kind of looked like he kind of flopped, but he said he had some bars on deck, but because of some business issues behind, blah, blah, blah. It's really hard to judge this battle, but I would say that Tony D, because he didn't have to do any of that, I would say he got that round. He got that battle. The next battle, Hitman versus Bonkaz. Bonkaz, who we've never really seen battle before. This was like his first battle. You've obviously seen his music videos. If you haven't, go check them out. Versus Hitman, who's obviously like a well-known battle rapper. He's like probably one of like top 5 most viewed. Kind of not really sure about this battle in terms of like the matchup. It was decent. Like, Hitman was fire. He came off. He was doing his round. From the gate, he was firing. You could see the energy. Everything was hitting. He had bars, punchlines, like I said, aggression. He was up in his face. There was a little thing with show off. No remix though, which I was kind of sad to see. Like, I was expecting a remix, but I didn't get one still. Apparently he got cut off. I was talking to him afterwards. He couldn't get off his material, so we didn't even get a remix in there. So yeah, man, Hitman, he had a fire round. Can't say more than that. Bonkaz, he came in for his first battle. He was sick. He understands the format, the concept. He knows what he's doing, how to formulate bars, all that. Probably his projection could have been better, or his performance could have been better compared to Hitman. It was a bit more reserved. You see what I'm saying? So by all means, bars. I would like to see another battle from him, man, and I think he will learn a lot from this battle when he watches it on camera. But I think personally, I think Hitman got the battle simply because of just the energy, and it was one of those ones, innit? You could tell who was experienced and who just started, if you know what I mean. So that's why I thought it was a bit unfair to have that matchup. But hey, stuff happens, innit? So yeah, Hitman got that one. So like, final one is Holla the Don versus Pat Stay. This battle was a very good battle. No chokes, bars, delivery. Hollow came with the kind of grime time mixed up with the URL style. Very comedic. It's more comedic than like saying his Charlie Clips battle, I think, personally. Maybe I'd have to watch that again. I'm not sure if I caught the whole round, but of what I did see, he was very comedic. He was doing like a moonwalk thing. Get me moonwalking, and granny's coming out and zips it. So he was very animated on a grind time thing, you get me? So yeah, man, he had a good round. Good round. Pat Stay, he came through. For me, Pat Stay was just hitting. I don't want to say Hollow wasn't hitting, because Hollow was hitting, but there's a couple dry spots, because I don't know if people notice this. If you come to a different country and you're saying like basketball players' names or American football players' names or whatever the fuck it is, like if you're saying that, like you're at least losing half the room when it comes to that punchline, especially if the punchline is around that, because like, do you know what I mean? I don't really know who Stephen A. Smith is, even though I know he's like a commentator kinda, but I wouldn't get the punch, you know what I mean? Or Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Pistons in your back. Nah, mate, I don't know. I think if you watch, for instance, what like 100 Bullets did when he came here first time, he actually did a scheme based on football. I'm not saying you have to do that, but you can see that he done his research, and like research is very important in a battle. You could win a battle off research alone. Do you see what I'm saying? Without even battling the guy, just because you're more relevant to the crowd, you could win off that. You get me? And people will rate you more for that. Just for all the battlers, like I'm not saying that all of them did it. The ones that did, just try and keep it relevant to what the audience you're rapping to, man. That's all we expect, man. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a lot of air. It's gonna be a lot of build up. The setup's harder, and then because you don't know who they're talking about. And then you catch the stupid people like, yeah, in the back, like they know no one knows who they're talking about. Everyone's looking around, thinking, you know who's nah, all right, cool. And then they're onto it, and then it's just awkward, and you don't want that. So that's what I meant in reference to Holla. There was a couple punches that didn't hit, and it was noticeable because maybe it wasn't relevant, or the people just didn't get what it was. Pat Stay, he made it like ultra relevant. You got every single bar he was saying, and that can win you a battle. Okay, yeah, you could have bars. Obviously, you're gonna have a better live performance if you're hitting with the crowd. And then when you're watching, let's say, okay, you weren't there live, you're watching it on YouTube, and you're thinking, my man's got bars. Why is he not winning? Well, think about it like this. If the other guy is spitting bars that are relevant to the crowd that he's spitting to, it's definitely going to make more sense to the crowd that he's spitting to, obviously. In my opinion, that can win you battles. Pat stayed relevant, didn't mention anything from the UK. It might have been one bar from each battler, but like he was just doing, it was kind of simple, but it was hitting. It wasn't too simple. Like, the people got it. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a tough one. I reckon I have to watch it again because I didn't watch Hollow's full round. I might have missed like the first 20 seconds of it, of a 1 round battle, which is a lot. But from what I saw, Pat Stay's bars were just hitting, man. He had the vibe. He felt like he'd been in London bare times before. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It just felt he looked more comfortable. Do you know what I mean? And comfortability can win you a battle. The people I got winning are Clips, Arsonal, Tony D, Hitman, and I'll say Pat Stay for now because I have to watch the battle again, and that's just literally just going off what I saw on the night. So I'll say Pat Stay is very debatable though. When you watch it, I'm going to have to watch it more times, innit? Watch it on camera, whatever, and then I can make a proper assumption. But I'm just saying what I saw tonight. And I just want to shout out Clips, Math. I definitely want to shout out Battle of the Brave and the people I was talking to behind the scenes and the people I talked to when I got there. It was a very classy event, very organized in terms of when we got in. We were everything, you know what I mean? We got the band and everything like that. So, like, it wasn't. That was one of the good. The bad side, there was like a fat delay in it. Like, there was a fat delay in between the Charlie Clips and Gemini battle, and it was either the JC and Arsonal, Math Offer and Tony D. It was one of those, isn't? So there was a fat delay. That obviously wasn't due to Battle of the Brave. It was due to some behind the scenes shit. The crowd was getting restless. Obviously, that's not good for your event. But at the end of the day, all the battles kind of went off in a sense because they all spat. It was like a trailer, I guess. It was like a trailer. Like, I didn't like the fact it was 1 round. Can I be honest? I didn't like the fact it felt like it was going to be 3 rounds. I expected 1, maybe 2 1-round battles. Not gonna lie, but for them all to be 1 2-round battles, like, nah, man, that wasn't it. But it was the first event, so you get a bly on that one. Like I said, man, like, there's always going to be stuff that goes wrong. As long as the intention is right, bam. If you're watching this, make sure you give the video a like, write a comment. If you've seen a battle, if you agree, if you disagree, write a comment down below. Share this with your peoples. Make sure that they know this has been a Clash of the Day special report. Battle of the Brave, Birth of the Brave recap 1.